What's going on YouTube and Twitch? Your boy is back, the T channel. We're back with another video and stream. This is going to be like recorded and dedicated to both of my channels. This is just going to be one stream this week because it's Christmas and stuff like that. And basically we're going to be doing a gaming and reaction in one. Yes sir, you heard it, you feel me? And you know what, Merry Christmas, you feel me? Like, get yourself some eggnog, bro. Like, I gotta eggnog, bro. I drink eggnog, I eat cookies,
I drink soda, I eat pizza.
That boy say,
I drink soda, I eat pizza.
what Christmas spirit am I in, bro? Like, what am I, like, I'm so cringy. Anyways, for the reaction channel and gaming channel, I also got something to show y'all, you feel me? Your boy got some new J's, bro. You know I gotta flex, you feel me? Let me get these Johns real quick. Yes sir, look at this, bro. Got the Jordans, you feel me? They're the Jordan 5 Raptures. We also got another new pair of kicks right here. I wore them a couple times. We have the I forgot. Damn, how the f did I forget my shoes and I brought them? And basically, I just got me a whole Jordan 5 collection right here. Also brought me the red suede Johns and yeah. Also just brought my first pair of Jordan 4s. Next time I make a video and stream, I'll show that. And yeah. So let's get to the video and stream. Alright y'all, we got 4 true Christmas horror stories, you feel me? And when we get into this, you gotta grab your eggnog, bro. Y'all know y'all gotta grab your eggnog, man. You feel me? You feel me? Grab that eggnog.
On the evening of December 22nd, 1989, the Harris family of Dryden, New York, received the final visitor of their lives. One after the other, Tony Harris, his wife Dolores, and their 2 younger children were tied up, shot in the head, doused with gasoline, and then set on.
Hold on. Restart this. I gotta listen to this because from what I'm hearing, I'm like, what the f.
On the evening of December 22nd, 1989, the Harris family of Dryden, New York, received the final visitor of their lives. One after the other, Tony Harris, his wife Dolores, and their 2 younger children were tied up, shot in the head, doused with gasoline, and then set alight. Their charred corpses were discovered the following morning after a neighbor complained to the fire department about a smoke alarm going off on their property. Disturbingly, the police stated that the Harris' home showed no signs of forced entry, leading them to believe that their killer had either snuck in through an open door or maybe a window, but was highly unlikely, given the frigid outdoor temperatures, or that the killer was someone they knew and trusted. In light of how difficult it was to discern any kind of motive, the investigation into the murders quickly stalled, and local law enforcement reached out to the FBI for more extensive assistance. FBI agents discovered that a brown van had been taken from the Harris' family garage, one that was later discovered in a parking lot of a nearby mall. Police also declared that they wished to speak with a cyclist seen riding through the area shortly before nightfall on December 22nd. Frustratingly, not a single...
I'm not gonna lie, I might only listen to like 2 of these Johns, and yeah.
witness came forward, and this further slowed an already difficult investigation. Back at the Harris' home, Christmas wreaths and red ribbons had been joined by yellow crime scene tape. The family had moved there just 3 years prior, after Tony was offered a job at Deanco, a Syracuse-based electronic equipment distributor. His wife Dolores, or Dodie as she was known, was a popular figure in the neighborhood, frequently organizing bake sales and cookie exchanges while running a small crafts and gift shop out of the family home. The murders stunned the local community, with Tompkins County Sheriff Robert Howard stating that there hadn't been a murder in the area in a long time. Naturally, the Harris' neighbors were horrified by such a brutal slaying, who stated that their suburb of Ellis Hollow was the kind of place where people left their doors unlocked. for a horrific
You know,
crime to happen there.
I never got that. People think just because a town doesn't have murderers and or anything like that, they think they can have their door unlocked. Like, is you stupid? Like, they'd be like, oh, this place is so safe, we can have the door unlocked. Oh my goodness. Like, we supposed to be the smartest creatures, by the way. Smartest creatures, by the way. I don't know why we not acting like it. And people, you know, this, you know what? I believe when it says it's a true story because people actually say that, bro. I heard people say that, bro. In real life.
Something had to have gone very, very wrong. At the family's collective funeral, loved ones and neighbors described them as active and well-liked members of the community. You can't think of anyone that would have a grudge against them, said Ann Parzale, a friend of Mrs. Harris. People can't understand how it could happen. This is a very wholesome, family-oriented community. Those things aren't supposed to happen here, inside this community, added Edgar Clemens, who was a retired school teacher and had lived on Ellis Hollow Road for 26 years. I don't think anybody around here slept Saturday night. I've opened the door to people whose cars have broken down. I don't think I'll do that anymore. Police quickly uncovered a suspect, however, an ex-con known as Michael Kinge, and set about tracking him down. Yet when they finally cornered him at his apartment complex, Kinge produced a shotgun, placed it under his chin, and threatened to kill himself. The cops held their fire, promising to bring in a trained negotiator in hopes of de-escalating the situation. But before that negotiator could arrive, Kinge aimed the shotgun at police officers and fired. Thankfully, the shot sent lead fragments spraying harmlessly above their heads, and law enforcement's return fire was considerably more accurate. But before he fell, Kinge turned the shotgun on himself, racked a shell into the chamber, and fired. The Tompkins County medical examiner found that the shots Kinge fired in his attempt at suicide had merely grazed the left side of his face, and it was the police's small caliber handgun ammunition that actually put him down. However,
I hope I don't get banned for this.
Circumstances of
this is all animated. This ain't real, Twitch.
His death was ruled a justifiable
This ain't real. It's all animated, bro.
Obviously, Kinge was never put on trial for the murders, but his suicide by cop situation was seen by many as a tantamount to his admission of guilt. This was later confirmed when a sawed-off rifle found in the suspect's apartment was positively identified as the weapon used to kill the Harris family. Kinge's mother was wrongly convicted of being involved in the murders and ended up being a major police scandal. But aside from this horrifying miscarriage of justice, the really disturbing thing is that the motive behind the killings was never determined. No one knows why a small-time crook like Michael Kinge just suddenly snapped and chose the most wonderful time of the year for one of the most heinous crimes in history.
So that guy that, oh, okay, I guess he deserved it then. Like,
I've known for a while that I wanted to submit this story, but I felt odd about it since I'm still friends with some of the guy's family and would feel like a total shitbag if it was ever seen. However, I've been home with the kids reading today and got pissed that I read all of your stories and was fresh out of creepy material. So to be part of the solution, I guess, here we go. I'm a member of the slam poetry scene. Basically, it's an excuse to get people to listen to a performance poetry by adding a competitive element to things. After running through the small scene in my city and wanting to branch out and push my career further, I started visiting places within driving distance that I could spit.
A Tesla, okay.
This led me to Charlotte, North Carolina. I started on their local team venue, where you compete to be a part of a squad that goes to a national competition every year. I was doing well and was accepted into the local crew pretty readily. This led to longer stays and features at some of the other venues in the city. I started going to one that was particularly popular. It was good for selling CDs, and this is where I met this guy. He worked as a bar back.
Damn, his
occasionally got on stage and shared. Frankly, it was always shitty poems. He was the brother of the host, and everyone knew and liked him.
Damn. They eyes, yo, they definitely sniffing it, bro. They eyes is crazy.
Although in my loose days, searching...
Nah, bro, they eyes is crazy, bro. They sniffing it, bro. No doubt, bro.
For acceptance and love everywhere.
I know it's animated, but
something always kept me leery. I gladly accept the drinks he sent over, smoke his weed with the group in the stockroom between sets, and hang out at parties and other events. But I always had this tickle in my gut, warning me to not get close. But over a year or two, we continued to become friends. After a while, he started calling and texting me more often, poking me on Facebook daily, sending messages about wanting to be more than friends.
Hold on. let's look at his ball game real quick. He says, "I want to be more than friends." This is what he says to her. "Need to find a snow bunny. Settle down with you." Oh hell no, twin. I ain't gonna lie. This game, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, chat. Some of y'all would fumble with this. I ain't gonna lie. Some of y'all would send this crap. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I would rate it maybe a 6.8 out of 10. You feel me? Maybe a 7. Yeah, you feel me? Maybe, yeah, you feel me? But anyways, yes, sir.
And he wanted to find a snow bunny and settle down. Again, I never entertained it. There's just something gnawing at me. The crazy in his eyes was too hard to miss. Eventually, I moved to Denver to take a position teaching poetry and work at a friend's law firm. The second Christmas that I was there, I got a call. One of my friends from Charlotte relayed the following message. He'd found his white girl and gotten married. They seemed happy at first, but slowly began fighting more and more. It spilled over into the venue, and often they had to be separated by friends from physically attacking one another in public. One friend, later thinking back, remembers the last time that she saw them together. Him pushing his wife, following by her throwing a drink in his face, and scratching his neck deep enough to draw blood.
Dying.
She said after the couple had been dragged away from each other, she sat with him and smoked a cigarette. She says she laughed and said, "You guys are gonna kill each other." Around Christmas of last year, his wife stopped coming to the bi-weekly events they both attended regularly. He explained it away that they were on a break. Time goes by. No one really questions that they hadn't seen or heard from her in quite a while. Thinking she was breaking from the whole scene in order to put distance between herself and her husband. Her parents, however, hadn't heard from their daughter since Thanksgiving dinner. They would call him.
She's dead. She's dead. She's dead. I ain't gonna lie. She's dead, bro. I don't know what to tell them, bro. Like, even the mom looked terrified. She already knows she dead.
And he would say everything was fine and blow them off. This continues until a week after Christmas.
Everything's fine.
He needs some milk.
Everything's fine.
Knowing their daughter would never miss a holiday, at least without a call. They call the police and send them over to the couple's home for a well body check. The cops arrive. They knock on the door and are let in. They ask him where she is. He replies that she's still in the bedroom. He shows them to the room where she lay there, dead for weeks, rotting in their bed. And he killed her little dog.
And a dog? And the dog? And the dog? Oh no, he crazy, I ain't gonna lie. And he killed the dog
too. During this time,
I just unplugged my freaking
a blog on making a marriage work on one of the local organization
I just unplugged
sites.
my freaking thing by accident.
Never once letting on that every night he was going home and sleeping with his murdered wife. The sickest part of all of this, he is a child from another relationship, a daughter whom he gets to celebrate with every other holiday. That Christmas they opened gifts, had dinner, cuddled up on the couch and watched movies.
Wait, so if he has a child from another relationship, does that mean the mom is dead? From that other one? Huh.
Less than 100 feet from her decaying stepmother. I don't know what would have happened if I'd ever taken him up on the offer to date. But I do know me and my gut are going to stay on speaking terms, and I will always listen to it.
Alright, chat. I'm not gonna lie, it's getting a little bit late, you feel me? Even though I reacted to 2 reaction videos. Merry Christmas. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Follow me on my other platforms. Stay tuned. And yeah, and I should have a new vlogging video coming out on my vlogging channel. Well, not really new. It's been recorded and it's been in the freaking gallery since summer. But I'm gonna edit that and post it. It's a trip from here to New York, and yeah. See ya.